Hello, everybody. Yesterday I found out, like, after the stream had ended, that the stream had major problems, and this is me basically trying to, like, just, like, explain what happened during the last session. And to specify, to, like, start off before even a combat began, the players found themselves inside of sort of like a fog, sort of Silent Hilly type of fog, and they found out that they haven't moved at all, except they had, and then they were in the middle of a bridge, and they ended up getting into a fight. Now, what happened during this fight is not hyper important. It's more about the factor of the kind of hilarity of what happened. Let me just show you guys. So, initiative is not very important. I would just, like, show you guys what happened. Hold on, can you guys... Yeah. Alright, to begin, to begin, where the fuck do I start? Okay, so, Bird with Golda's still in the game, obviously, decided to cast the Sunforger ability, did nothing, just to, like, specify. The damage of the Sunforger, which is fire, did not do that much. However, that is when Byrog decided to... Oh, I should probably explain. There was 24 half-dragons and one giant actual half-dragon, like a mutant half-dragon. Is canonically, it doesn't really matter, but like the only person that would even know what these creatures are is our new player, Balaram. And maybe Byrog and Cole would know. And Byrog is the new player, and Balaram is also the new player. But and it's the orc and the deep orc with the blue skin, and Balaram, and then we have what is his name?
Ball.
And then Byrog, which is also, like, may also know because he's from this region and he's closer to this area than anybody else is, except for Cole, which has been through basically every capital city in the league. Now, to, like, specify what basically happened, I will just to, like, show you guys using the line tool. There was, like, 24 guys that was, like, here, and then there was, like, a bunch of guys that was, like, right here and right here. And to start off, is like Bird started off with doing, like, some further ability, nothing really happened. And then Byrog stepped forward and he decided, oh, I am going to use an 8th level spell. And we now found out we need to nerf the shit out of 8th level spells. Not nerf the shit out of the 8th level spells. Like, because of how overpowered the spell was, if they were doing this against the boss, it wouldn't do anything to the boss. But, because...
I mean, it would, but...
Yeah.
It's the same problem.
Yeah. Like, the boss could have done his legendary resistance, but, like, we found out that there's a spell on 8th level that basically just stuns... Sorry, not permastuns. Stuns a creature for 1 minute. If you fail, if you succeed, however, you're only stunned for 1 round. And he could do this 3 times in a row. Which is why we're making it so that 8th level and 9th level spells... 9th level spells was already a spell slot. But we're making 8th and 9th level spells spell slot adjacent. Meaning that they have 1 8th level spell they can use per long rest. And 1 9th level spell they can use per long rest. And not only that, but we're also going to discuss 6, 7, 8, and 9th level spells that we are going to nerf heavily as a causality of this battle. Because this is the first real battle we've done at the 8th level that has been, like, a chance. This was also supposed to be a gimmick fight to test out how horde combat worked. That would not be hyper confusing and complicated. And I was planning on making the horde combat be, like, 1 giant unit, but it didn't seem proper. So I'm not going to get into, like, hyper focused on what happened. But essentially, most of the enemies were stunned except for the half-dragon. The half-dragon mutant is what I'm going to call it, because it's a mutant. Like, I don't think that's that shocking. The half-dragon...
it wasn't stunned because it was on the other side of the map.
Yeah. And basically, the half-dragon... And basically, Malthus, which can now see the thing of everybody... the health and AC of everybody, and the reason why... I want to just explain so that everybody understands the reason why he can see AC is because I don't know how to code the webpage to let him see only the HP, so he sees
We can
the
probably figure it
AC.
out, but it's just too much of a hassle.
Yeah, it's too much. Not only do I have to do it for every combat, unless there's a streamlined, easy way of doing it, I can't be fucked. Which is why we're not doing it. Now, what happened is that as this happened, all of the guys that was over here, like inside of this basic square, they couldn't do anything. And I know that some of you seasoned veteran D&D veterans are going to be like, hey, you know, you could have just spawned more enemies. And yeah, it would have been fair in this situation. You know what I mean? It would have been more than fair to spawn more.
Darkness, because I can see the entire map.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, but like still spawning more wouldn't be like out of the question. This like just out of the frame, right? And I could easily be like, oh, you can't see past the fog, you know? You know, I could easily make that argument, you know what I mean? It's like, and, but that's not, but that is, and like, oh, the fog is just beyond like the part of the bridge that you can't see. Right, and I could have done that, and I could have done that, and I know, but the combat lasted less than an hour, which, I'm going to be honest, very happy about that, was very good. It was also not a hard fight, but the players had fun, and that's all that matters, but that's not what we're going in. Golden went in, hit, decided to, you know, do Eldritch Maw, which, again, I said to him he can't use the Knuckle Dusters if he keeps using Eldritch Maw, and that should be like a last-ditch thing, because he can basically do shit. Oh, yeah, the Booster Shot, Bird did not, Raven did not do those. He did decide to Shotgun Shell the shit out of the guy, but I don't think any damage happened on the first turn, so there's that.
First time I didn't do damage, because Booster Shot is an action to prepare.
Oh, yeah, fair. Okay, so, and then Longbow for Misty's. Misty's did some damage. Dragon's Breath, with the guy, did some damage. And honestly, very cool, very sick. Golda did, just to explain, Sunforger. I know I'm not being super hyperbolic. I know I'm being, like, super hyperbolic right now. But, like, to specify... And, but like, just to say that, like, there was some trades back and forth damage-wise is the thing. And, like, Golda came in and she smited some of the guys and killed some of the guys. It was really sick and fun. And,
What do you trades off? Luke was the only person that took damage on our team.
Yeah. Love her. And then, yeah, and he took a lot of damage, to be fair. But, and then Lower the Veil was used again. If you guys know what Lower the Veil is, again, this is the problem with spell points. I thought that spell points, 8-level spells, wasn't that overpowered. They're overpowered. Trust me. And also, I am redoing the spell points differential, and I'm making it more expensive from 4th level and up. I am. Sorry, 3rd level and up. I am. I'm making 1st and 2nd level 2 and 3, but I'm making 3rd level... no, actually, no, it may stay at 5, or I may make it to 10, right? And then 1st and 2nd level can be cast as much as you guys want, but then, like, 3rd and over is just, like, very taxing, and I think that is going to be fair. I know that, like, some people are going to be like, oh, yeah.
I don't feel like 3rd should be higher than they already are.
Huh?
I don't feel like 3rd spell, like, 3rd levels should be higher than they already are.
Oh, okay, fair enough. But I'm gonna make for 4th level 20. I'm gonna make no 15. Sorry, 15. I'm
20
gonna make
broadcast 2 then.
Yeah, I'm gonna make 15. I'm gonna make 3rd level 20. I am. Sorry, 5th level 20, and then 6th level I'm gonna make 40, and then 7th level I'm gonna be 50. It is. Because of how strong 7th level are. I know somebody's going to point out about, like, hey, you can only cast 7th level once then. It's semantics. I might change the idea or identity, and this is, like, rule changes that I might make. I want to have a discussion with, like, some of the people just to make sure that the cost isn't that expensive. And, like, I want to at least give the players the ability to cast 7th level spells twice. At least. That is what I want the cost variant at the end of the game to be, so that the players can at least cast 7th level 12 spells twice. You know? Because I frankly think that 7th level spells are too cheap right now, and I think they should be more expensive. I've always had this opinion, and now I want to just increase the value like a little bit. Not make the game unfun, just... and if I find out that it becomes unfun to play the game, it's fair, but it's supposed to give ideas to the players, right? Now, where was I? Oh, yeah. You briefly, lower the veil in case, like I said, if you guys don't know it, it stuns a creature for a minute, does a shit ton of damage, 8d10 is a shit ton of damage, and then,
It's psychic damage.
And then basically, you're guaranteed to stun the creature for at least one round. Again, this is the same problem I have as, Power Word Kill. You just stun a creature, which is fucking hilariously strong, right? I know Wall of Force is a thing, and I might ban Wall of Force in future campaigns just because of how overpowered it is and how much I can fuck a player over using Wall of Force, which is not great. Anyway, Luke basically asked me, hey, I'm gonna use my ability to sort of not Luke. Luke asked me a question. He did. Balaram asked me a question. Hey, Eric, can I use my ability to see what kind of weaknesses this creature does? And then I decided to come with a compromise on the fly, because I'm really good at coming up with shit on the fly for some fucking reason. I basically was like, oh, acrobatics checks plus, with every, like, attack roll you make, you do an acrobatics check. If you hit, you deal double damage, is essentially the thing. Because he's trying to hit a place on their spine. And I'm gonna incorporate this and make this an actual system for Balaram, that if he's able to basically tell the rest of the... So, like, if he's able to know about this information before stepping into combat, he can share it to the rest of the players. Otherwise, it's going to be very hard to sort of get this information out, some of this information for, like, combat. But every single enemy from here on out will have a certain weakness attached to them, and the Battle Master and the Monster Slayer is going to have this ability to sort of see through that. So he found out that the silver sword he has is going to be perfectly used for this, essentially, which I think is pretty cool. And it is like, oh, like, you know that it needs a special, like, variety of, like, a weapon to sort of crack, and you know it needs to be made out of, like, a certain metal, and silver is perfect against this. And not only that, but I also explained to him that, oh, there's certain dragons, like, let's say, gold dragons, which are weak to, the tooth of a red dragon, you know? Or, like, which is something he can use in the future, which is a very fun thing. Also, you could also sell it for potions, which is something that is not going to be important. Anyway, other than that, Golden decided to do his typical, like, hit creatures very hard. And then Shotgun from Malthus, and that was pretty much the end of the combat. Like, there was not a lot that happened this combat. Primarily, the entirety of the enemies got stunned for the entire thing. I should also probably say, the king got a nat 1 on his perception check and decided to put his back against a railing. And there was a creature with a stealth of 37. Also, I just want to let this be known, in case somebody's like, oh, how the fuck would the party know that there was a creature with a 37 stealth check? Well, Golden would have known, or Cole, Kage, would have known that, I know Golda, I know, right? But Cole Kage would have known that if he basically survived on that history check, he would have known that the MO, or one of his prior friends, uses this sort of like fog enchantments, right? As they use this enchantment spell, essentially. They do to sort of like cast it over a large area, she does. And basically, as she does that, she basically uses this to sort of draw their targets to where they want to be. And she basically does like suicides and stuff. This is not going to be like a secret next session, which is why I'm saying it, right? Golden is going to explain this exactly next session, because I'm just going to tell it to him, right? But the primary thing is that this character is a character which literally uses this as her MO to assassinate people. She's a very good assassin. And she is toe-to-toe with Cole, during a lot of their upbringing, and she's like one of the better fucking assassins in the entire guild. However, like there's gonna be like a lot of other shit, but like to specify, this is a figure that was introduced in season. I'm gonna have to Google this. I'm so sorry, everybody. Season 4, I think, or season 3, when around the time when Alexander died, there was a Tabaxi woman that was supposed to be a love interest of Cole, which is this whole other thing, and to like specify, and basically the king, like to just specify, the king walked over here. He did, and he put his back against here with the nat 1 perception check, and I decided to be like, well, I gotta honor the nat 1, right? And then I basically put his back against the wall, and then he got stabbed in the back. So, like, there was a shit ton of stuff that sort of, like, led to that. If he was in the middle of the bridge, it would have been, I would have let the players roll a perception, but he wasn't. And I had to honor the nat 1. Other than that, there was like not a lot. The archers did a good job. Like everybody did a good job. Belaram got hit with Dragon's Breath, but like nobody else went through anything. It was literally like a piss easy fight, right? But yeah, nah. It's like if anybody here is like wondering, like, hey, was it like a really challenging fight? No, it wasn't. It was piss easy. My players could have done it in 5 minutes if they wanted to. Like, if the Ibisys was in the game, the fight wouldn't have lasted even an hour. It would have lasted 30 minutes. Like, one turn would have been all... Because the stun lock happened. Also, I might make a number cap on that spell. Like, lower the whale. Right? You know what I mean? My dude, Raven?
Yes.
I might make a number cap on that spell.
Yeah, so it's a creature type or creature amount you can choose.
Yeah. Because, like, right... Hold on, let me double check that you... So that you guys understand. You briefly drop the veil of reality for an entire target, allowing them to breathe the glimpse into the deep nothingness beyond this realm and shatter their minds. Each creature of your choose within 60 feet of you must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or take 8d10 psychic damage.
Physics damage. Ah, yes.
Physics damage, yeah. Damage and be driven insane for 10 minutes. Now, the 10 minutes thing is disgusting. It is. That is...
That's if they succeed. That's if they fail.
Yeah. Per the symbol of the spell, on a successful save, the creature takes half damage and is stunned for 1 turn. Also, it doesn't specify that they are... Hold on. Wait. They aren't stunned. They're driven insane. What does that mean?
Stunned.
No, wait. It doesn't say stunned, though. It says driven insane. Hold on.
Then you need to go and look at the definition of insanity in D&D. Do you know the definition of insanity?
Alright, let's look up madness. Oh my god. Dude, this is the type of shit I would give a villain. I know that sounds like super fucking nasty, but like, I don't typically like to stun my players. In case somebody's like wondering like, why don't you like stunning your players? Well, it's not fun. It's like, oh, somebody loses their turn, wah, wah. It's like, yeah, it's like, I don't understand what DM likes to, like, be sadistic cunt that likes to do that to your players. But, like, I don't like to do that to my players. It's just not fun, right? Oh, yeah, Season 3, Episode 9 is when they were introduced. In the city, it's either in the city of Malta that they were introduced originally, or
Interesting. Malta, interesting.
Yeah, Malta is the name of the Minotaur city.
I wonder where that came from, Mr. I Have a Greek Man.
Okay. Anyway, now Malta is, but essentially the city of Malta was really interesting, and, but that's not important. But to, like, specify, she was introduced, and she is very much a character, which I haven't fucking gone with. And then there's this entire combat map, which I made. I'm very sad that the stream didn't fucking function, because this is one of my favorite combat maps. I know there's gonna be a lot of people that don't have that opinion, but like, it's a really good combat map. I like it. It has a certain charm to it, and I think it's excellent. Oh shit, am I showing the, no, I'm not. Also, I like that you're just, on the stream, you're just showing as, yeah. But yeah, so like, to like specify this for everybody, like, during the combat, there was nothing that deep that happened, that stuck out that heavily. Like, there was no threat, there was no danger, there was just like a lot of stuff. The combat lasted under an hour. It is for sure the quickest combat we've ever done. But it was supposed to be a gimmick fight, sort of like Rykar in Elden Ring, or the dragon fight in Sekiro. You know, it's semantics. It was a gimmick fight that sort of was meant to be a joke, and then there was supposed to be a dramatic, sort of like last moment thing happening. And I'm glad that moment happened, because I think that the players didn't expect it. And there was several things, like Cole just had bad luck with his roll on the history check, and if he'd rolled higher to basically know that, there would have been like, I would have revealed essentially like, oh, like, this is weird, like, who the fuck is this, right? And yeah, no, it was like, yeah, the fog was an enchantment spell, and like, also, I cannot explain this, but like, there was a really interesting reason why you couldn't dispel magic it, which is another thing entirely. Also, you guys are probably gonna ask me, did the players save for the fog? No, there was no save for it, because it's just the players would have had to needed to know that it was an enchantment spell in order to be able to tell, right? And the factor is that they didn't know they were under the effects of a spell, and if they succeeded on 100 times in a row, it wouldn't have mattered. So like, there's certain effects that just happens, and like, this is sort of like a passive effect, and like, the spell didn't drive to harm them either. It was just telling them to go somewhere. I know somebody's gonna probably be like, oh, but back in, yeah, I'm sorry, I found out this session that Lower the Veil is a fucking thing, and honestly, I kind of deserved what I got, and if this enemy was on the field, this entire combat would have been different. I'm gonna be honest, guys, I love this combat session, but I also hated it. Because I feel like I sort of railroaded this combat to happen as well, and I feel really bad for it, because the players was like, hey, can we fly? And it's like, oh.
Because I have a funny spell where I can summon a dinosaur to fly us.
Yeah.
And Becky was like, well,
and I was like, hey, Becky, can we fly from point A to point B? And I was like, yeah, you can fly. And I needed to know, like, to myself, like, okay, what do I ask them for? And since the players wasn't hyper-specific, and I know that somebody's gonna probably be like, Becky, did you ask them where they wanted to fly to? Did you ask them how they want to fly? No! I assumed that they wanted to fly to Lysantrum. And basically, yes, they could have flown a straight line to Lysantrum, but they wouldn't have been able to fly either way when they reached the Sosei, or like when they crossed Jinsei River, because essentially the fog would have make them not be able to fly regardless, right? So they would have to cross the river via the bridge anyway. Like, I know that's super lazy, I know, but like, if the players told me that, hey, Becky, can we just fly to Malta? They would have flown to Malta, and they would have gone across this entire thing, and they would have had to deal with this entire combat session, to be fair. But nobody said that, to be fair. Nobody said this. I want to make this abundantly clear. No play. I know that this is me defending myself. I know this is stupid. Like, why am I defending myself past tense? But like, seriously, like, but to specify, the players didn't tell me, and I wasn't informed where to go. But if the players had told me where they wanted to go, I would have listened. I am sorry, I was just shocked. And I know that, like, if you look back on it, it's like, I look dumbfounded because I was just like, my entire combat session is wasted. Because I was in shock, I did not prepare for the players to fly. And if the players was like, hey, can we just ignore this combat session that is clearly coming up ahead? Right? You know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry, Raven. Like, that is like, I feel like such a cunt for doing that, but it's still fair. Huh?
Especially if I did over 100 damage in one turn.
Honestly, I think the combat session like worked out. Would I do this again as a DM? Probably, but I would probably do a better job next time if I am forcing the players into combat. But like, again, like I said, this was a sandbox option. I feel like railroading the players a little bit is fine here. And like, none of the players would have minded the rail, like, I don't think anybody cares.
None of us care when it comes to it, because...
Yeah, this is the only time I railroad the players. I think they're gonna be fine. I mean, I know somebody's gonna probably point out...
If you want us to move, just say, like, brother, if he wanted us to not be in this fog, he wouldn't have created it.
Yeah. Also, I created... Yeah, no, the fog decision to make you guys not be able to fly, that was like, oh, that might as well just make that, you know? It's kind of clever, you know? I decided afterwards, because it's just like, you know, if they wanted to ambush you, you know, there's probably better ways to do it. But, like, the fog, like, makes your things not want to fly. I like that. It has a certain intrigue to it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of like it. Also, like... The players did not expect the foggy... Like, I just want to say this right now. Like, I know somebody out there is going to be like, hey, Eric, like, it's unfair that the players didn't get to save against the fog. I know somebody's going to point that out, but the players would have been in the fog for way too long, and it would have lasted, and they would have had to roll the fucking save every turn. I'm just saying this to, like, save time. It's like... I don't think... it harmed, like, and I'm saying this right now, I know somebody out there for game mechanics standpoint is going to be like, Eric, like, it's unfair. It is unfair, but it is unfair in sort of like a thematic way, and it's sort of like, not only has this sort of thing happened before, but if the players were damaged at all at any point, the fog would have dissipated, and they would have, it wouldn't have disappeared, mind you. It wouldn't have disappeared. That's all I'm saying. But the fog would have... If the players were damaged at any point, the fog would have lifted the enchantment upon their dreams, essentially. And they were able to act within the fog. They just... Like, they were just moving in a certain direction, and they weren't able to see where they were going. Right? That's all the fog did. Right? So the fog... So, like, and if the spell didn't do anything, it basically, like, clouded the player's visions, and it sort of, like, forced them to walk somewhere without them realizing they were moving.
It messed with sense of direction.
Yeah, it messed with your sense of direction, and honestly, I think that is fine. It is like, I know somebody's gonna be like, yeah, but, like, I could use, like, 10,000 ways to abuse that. I was like, yeah, fair. You know what? You're probably a better DM than I am, and that's fair. Which is completely reasonable. But yeah, other than that... I
just did the hard weekly. Fuck yeah.
Oh shit, you did? What is the hard weekly?
It is fucking Ballistic Engine, Friendly Fire, Spore Mine Spawn, and... God, what's the last one?
Why is it always Friendly Fire? Why?
Because it's the same week.
Oh wait, hold on. Is it not the weekly...
The weekly is Ballistic Engine.
Okay. Alright, yeah. He's talking about Space Marine 2. But yeah, this is just so that, like, you guys know what happened, and that I didn't cheat, or that I didn't, like, delete something, and something bad didn't happen. This is the first combat that Raven gets to see what somebody's HP is. And which is very interesting. Also, you haven't seen the players hate AC and hate. No, you can see them, but you didn't see the king and his assortments. So like, I apologize for that. I didn't do a good enough job there. But other than that, I think that the entire session was really fun. I honestly think it was. I think the roleplay was the best aspect of the session. I think the combat was a little lacking, but that is from my side, by the way, not the players. The players did good. It's just that I did not account for a insta-stun spell. It's like, you know, I should have done it. I should have accounted for an insta-stun. I should have done it. I didn't, and that's on me. But yeah, no, other than that, guys,
you know every spell the players have.
I should probably get on learning about every spell in D&D. Like, make an entire Wizard's catalog or something. Like, I want to let this be known. I think the combat was fun. I wish that the recording was still working, because you guys would have seen the absolute decimation of my face. And just like, when I just, my soul was drained. I'm going to be honest, the players had a lot of fun this combat. I did not have a lot of fun, because like, it was going to be like, I'm going to do some fun stuff, you know? And I know I can make enemies immune to stun. I know somebody's gonna point that out. But like, if everybody's immune to stun, then what the fuck is the point with stunning people? But nah, this is like, I am definitively going to incorporate more stunning spells, stunning features, paralyzed features, and like petrifying features for enemies, because of how dumbed down these features are. Hold on. Because of how dumbed down these features are, not only would the players be dealing with like a severe drawback, which is very bad, by the way, but they would be dealing with a severe handicap. You know what I mean? And like, boss fights are funner than ever. And don't get me wrong, the combat was not supposed to be challenging. This was like supposed to be a one-punch man situation where the players just swept the board of these guys, and it was supposed to be like a shocking end, right? Like, the only time that there was, like, honestly, this was not supposed to be a surprise. This is supposed to be, like, political intrigue. It's supposed to be leading into the first sort of, like, assassination attempt, right? And, like, while, also the king staying back was, like, oh, yeah, I should probably say the king stayed back throughout the entire combat because he knew that they would probably be trying to assassinate him out of everybody, right? Which is like, if he basically decided to take it out of his way, right? It's like, yeah, and not only that, but the enemy didn't look like they were that damaging either way, and he, you know, yeah, it's like, there's a shit ton of reasons why he stayed back, okay? Somebody's gonna point out, he should have rushed ahead. I don't know. I think that after the last combat when he almost died, I don't think he's gonna do that again. I think he's going to stay in the back from now on in combat scenarios.
Which one of the combats where he almost died?
He almost died during the cultist fight.
Yeah, he also almost died during the fight with the turtle.
That's exactly what I mean.
Yeah, he sucked.
That's... actually, his AC is pretty high. But even though that is the case, I'm just saying this right now. I'm being genuine. I think that this session was very fun. But I also want to say this, like, the king stuff was very, like, I planned for him to be stabbed, you know, but nah, other than that, like, it's pretty good. I'm glad Mistis is still here. I can lead up with what happened last session, essentially. with the Misty stuff, and you guys are on the road to Lysantrum, and you guys have now killed a bunch of things. Also, the players are gonna get a shit ton of money next time they sell this armor. This armor is worth a lot of money. You could outfit a full army of people with this armor. You could. It's
Only 4 people, not a full army.
Sorry, a full mercenary unit. You could.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, it's pretty good money. Like if I'm not wrong about 20k, you could correct me if I'm wrong. About gold is what they're gonna get from this, which is about.
It was like each of us gets. We did the math on it. We get 2,720 each.
Yeah. Also, I'm introducing silver and copper coins again because it's just easier to basically work with those.
I mean, yeah.
And, like, I know somebody's gonna probably, like, point out, like, but Eric, that doesn't make any sense.
I mean, hell, even when... Because there's the up-counting of coins, which is what you do in D&D, where each 10 copper is a silver, each 10 silver is gold, technically each 10 is a platinum.
Also, I'm just gonna say this right now, not every kingdom, every currency is gonna be the same, and I'm gonna introduce a currency for each fucking nation, which... It's going to be this entire other thing, by the way. And I am working on that right now. And this is going to come up. I know this is going to come up now. And I know somebody's going to be like, Becken, you introducing this now? That's a little bit poor, right? I know somebody's
There's also a bit of an issue with you can't really keep track of that on Roll20.
Yeah.
You can't keep track of what point you have. It just says gold.
This is where, like, there's going to be alternative, like... stuff where you're gonna have to real Roll20 to do stuff, which is not ideal, and I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know. It's because like the
just
dwarves,
keep it simple, gold pieces.
The dwarves would for sure have a different currency than everybody else. It doesn't make any fucking sense that they would use such a redundant currency, right? It just doesn't make a lick of sense for them to use a fucking garbage currency like this. It's like using valuable resources they can use for trade, and sorry, not trade.
Brother, that's where the value of coins come from.
No, sorry. They can use these resources to make things with electricity and stuff, and like develop stuff that is.
That's why they call that precious metal, my fucker.
Yeah, like they would probably develop their own currency, and they would keep out some stash to trade with different like governments and stuff like that, right? But they wouldn't use it on, like, day to day. They would probably have, like, marks or something. I don't know. It would be like the dollar. They would have, like,
are you telling me that
currency.
The dwarves are German?
They are Nordic.
No, you said they were using marks, which is German.
Let's use crowns, okay? They would use a crown system. That's what they would, yeah. Actually, no, crown would make a lot of sense, actually, now that I think about it.
Is it now that I grab my crown that is made of gold?
Alright.
I know it isn't completely gold, but it is part gold.
Also,
crowns.
guys, I want to let this be known. I'm going to stream pretty much weekly now. Every single city session, every single city I make, I'm going to make on map, on stream. And I'm gonna next city I'm making is Lysantrum. I'm gonna make it before the end of the next weekend, and it's gonna be fun to make. I'm looking forward to making that.
Yeah, he's saying it's gonna be fun now, but then when he gets to actually making it, it's gonna be fucking pain.
I'm gonna start working on it either tomorrow or on Wednesday, and I'm gonna be working on that for the rest of the week. I am. So
he's making it Saturday, the day before.
Yeah, this map is gonna be massive, by the way. This is gonna take me at least 12 hours to make, I reckon. So like, please tune in. Like, I know this is gonna sound like fucking silly, but like, I really appreciate the people that actually come by and watch sometimes. I know it's like not a lot, but like we get like 30 people. Like we get like a consistent 30 people to watch like after the stream VOD is over, and it's really flattering. And,
how many of those are you rewatching?
I rewatch once or twice. Not enough to consider 30 people. Not even close. Yeah, 45 people, 16 people, 20 people. Yeah, no, there's a But like, no, but like, I appreciate people watching regardless. It's not fantastic, but you know, put in the hours. Anyway, this video was supposed to be a short video that is basically like explaining like why I'm changing spells, and that's it. Honestly, and I'm probably gonna message Leadhead, and I'm probably gonna be like, "Hey, Leadhead, can I get you in a voice call together, and be like, and chat with him about like spells and why some are overpowered." I might ban this spell because of how unfun it is for the DM.
I mean, if you can only use it once, then you know.
I know. And also, I know that if it's bosses, you know, you need to understand that, like, also, I understand why, also, stunning the enemy is, okay, I want to also just, this is a pet peeve, and I'm going to make a video about this in the future, about stunning creatures, and how much I hate it, and, like, how much it's aggravating. I fucking hate stunning players. I fucking hate it. But I'm going to get into, like, why I changed the rules, and why I think my ruling is better than D&D, and when I make my module, which is gonna happen at some point. I know it's gonna happen after a campaign, which is the thing. That's like when I'm gonna pour my heart and soul into one hour a day. But yeah, no, but like genuinely, like to like let everybody know, it is. Oh, Byrog?
Yes.
Oh
Message
my
him saying
god!
D&D.
This is perfect.
Yeah.
Dude,
I messaged him, man.
we have just explained. Okay, so this is Byrog, by the way. This is also what we know as Leadhead. We call him Leadhead. Outside of D&D. Leadhead. I was actually gonna message you, like, funnily enough, like you have joined perfectly. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Back then,
Invited me.
back then, did you not hear me say I messaged him?
Oh, perfect. Perfect. Great. I hear you now. Honestly, last session was really fun, but also very unfun for me, the DM, because it's, you know, it sort of sucks. I'm sorry to say it, guys.
Just be better.
It was so unfun, bro.
Simply be
It
better.
was that or Wall of Force. I'm just saying.
I am tempted to ban Wall of Force.
Why?
Okay. It is overpowered. Only one
Disintegration's
spell.
gone.
Hold on, no wait. Only one spell can fucking delete it, and like nothing else can even touch it, and it's very unfun.
But if they don't touch it, we can't get to them either. Now, can we?
Well, any spell that still just require line of sight still works, so
Yeah,
I
that
can
works
cook
for
and book
yeah.
them, as it's known. Of I can Wall of Force and then cast in like a
Radiant sickness. What is it?
yeah, Radiant Sickness works, but any damage over time effect it just kills, right?
Or we just
But it's
begin,
the
you know,
fact-
doing the funny of it's time to just go Toll of the Dead till they die.
Yeah.
Yeah, like stuff like that will just kill them. And it's
Yeah,
10
no,
minutes,
it's
so unless
like-
an enemy has disintegrate or a teleport, they're
Yeah.
just fucked.
Honestly, like, the biggest problem I have with it is that you can make it a dome. That is like, oh, like... And what the fuck? Like, if I do that to Rurik, what the fuck does Rurik do? Nothing!
He counterspells it.
That is what I mean, right? And if you...
No. He counterspells it, because he definitely remembers that his shield has counterspell.
He needs to be
You
within
can,
5 feet to be able to counterspell it.
Brother, even
And
if
you
he
can
was
cast
in-
Wall of Force from 120
Yeah, to be
feet
fair,
away, I
he
think it
would
is.
never ever
Even if
remember
he's
that.
within 5 feet, Warwick is not gonna remember that he can counterspell.
Yeah.
No, but that's where you're helpful as party member, and you remind them of, hey, you have this one thing.
Is that-
Brother, the thing is though, I don't remember that I'm Elven. I forgot that I should have advantage on all saving throws against being charmed.
Yeah.
That's good.
Now, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, like, this, okay, so, like, Wall of Force is a spell that I think is too strong for its own good. I think that it is the strongest
I mean,
fifth
if
level
it was, you know,
spell
a wall, I would
by far.
Well, a wall, you can still just make a box around a person, because that's how
Yes,
wall
but
works.
yes, but if you can only create one wall, then you have to have 4 people cast it.
No, like, you make 10 by 10 feet panels. You make 10
Yeah.
of those.
That's why I'm like, if you could only like do, you know, an entire wall.
Oh, like in one sheet. Yeah. I guess.
It was just
The
a
way
line with the wall.
This
The
is
way
a
I would
spell I have
balance it-
actively been going against putting into the game because I fundamentally hate it as a spell. I think it's one of those spells I don't want to see used in my game almost at all. And it's like, no offense to any DMs out there that is like, oh, you know, I really like Wall of Force. I think it's a really good spell. Wall of Force is a really good spell. That's the problem. The problem with it is that it is so overpowered in comparison to every other spell in the game. If you run that spell, don't get me wrong, if you have Anti-Magic Field, which is an 8th level spell, you can deal with it. If you have a 6th level spell, you can deal with it. But if you have none of those and you are 5th level, you can't do shit. You can't do shit. You, essentially, your entire turn, unless you have counter spell, you can't do anything. You literally are fucked. You are fucked.
You just start cooking the guy who's outside.
It is literally,
How?
it is a
They can
Qui-Gon
walk away.
situation. It's a Qui-Gon
How are we killing
situation.
them?
Don't get me wrong. You can do a lot of interesting thing with a Qui-Gon situation, right? But it, not only is it 10 minutes, which is too long. That's the first problem I have with it. It is concentration, which is fair. I respect that. You know, it's fair. But the problem with it being concentration is that, yes, I know sight. I know you're gonna put that out, Leadhead. If you can see something, fair. I respect that. That's like things you can see, right? You can still do damage, right? But like, if you have a bunch of creatures that can force everybody, every of your party members into this box and in Wall of Force, and like, and we're talking the Paladin, right? The Paladin and the Fighter, that's
done.
two players
They can't get
just out of the game. Out of the game. They can't do shit. Oh, you can't do it. Oh, what about you and Raven? What about Raven and like, I can take out 60% of the party. I can.
Misty Step.
Actually, Misty Step.
Also, Becken, you do realize that there is the little funny thing in your skill tree that is just a Misty Step where you don't use spell points on.
Hold on a second. If the wall
As a bonus action, you teleport up to 30 feet.
Creature space when it appears, the creature pushed to one side of the wall. Hold on a second. Each panel must. I just want to double check that there's nothing about this
Panama Bay.
You can form a hemisphere dome and a sphere of the radius of 10 feet, and you can have a flat surface made up of 10 foot, 10 foot. Each panel must be continuous with another panel. Nothing can physically pass through the wall.
Mm-hmm.
So
and
like,
it goes and it blocks ghosts. It enters the ethereal plane too, which is another.
You know what you do? You just give them a dick speed.
It is immune.
No, it goes. If you make a hemisphere, it goes on the ground too.
It is immune to all damage and can't be dispelled by dispel magic. It disintegrates spell, destroys the wall instantly. However, the wall also extends to ethereal book and ethereal trap. Yeah, it works on ghost. Yeah. To be fair, I think teleportation is a solid idea, but like, you know.
Then you gotta give every enemy teleportation to a certain extent, and then it
that
gets
is
a little
just like, yeah.
And then it's just like, oh, every enemy has counterspell.
Yeah, it was like, okay, now we're down in this rabbit hole. We effectively just like armed raced our way through the game, right?
I am this close to just deleting Wall of Force as a spell, as well as Lower the Veil, and I know there are more stronger spells. I know there are. I know Wish is a thing, but I have actively stated in the past that I might remove Wish. Like,
he says by the way, he's saying that he's going to remove it as a spell, not as you can cast it. You can still bring a wish in.
And I know that we've been through this a little bit.
Upping
Lower the Veil to 9th level, that's completely fair.
What I'm gonna do instead is that I'm gonna give 8th to 9th level spell a spell slot each, and you can cast them consecutively. You can. So like, and then I'm going to up the amount of spell points because I think that the spell point total is too low, and I'm planning on upping the max. I am.
All right.
So like, right now I think the max for 7th level is 30, right?
No. 7th level I think is 20. I think
Yeah.
it's 25 for 8, and
Oh my god, yeah. No, I need to up that. I just need to up it. Dude, not only is it too cheap already, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that it... But feasibly, 7th level should be so strong. I mean, 7th level is very strong, but it's not overpowered, right? You don't just say that, your turn, you don't have that anymore. I'm sorry, this spell actually annoyed me this session, like, unironically. I understand, okay, I'm gonna make this abundantly clear. I understand why DMs stop DMing past level 12. Yeah, I get it.
yeah, like most campaigns end at 13 because past that point the game starts fundamentally breaking down because spellcasters is either too strong or the DM can't.
I think I would be more than happy to run a 14 level campaign, but I think that after this, I will fundamentally start. Okay, so here's the thing. I will look at every 7, 8, and 9th level spell, and I will start just deleting spells. Fundamentally. I am just going to start removing spells that I don't like. That is what I'm gonna do. Because and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that I'm gonna remove every, like, stun spell or, like... But I'm going to remove spells that are frankly too overpowered, that removes the fun for the DM and the players, because you gotta put the thing is that this is not abilities, right? I will never give a creature stunning strike, right? I will never ever... Actually, no,
That's
I might...
completely
No.
incorrect. You gave the monk stunning strike.
No, never mind. Sorry, no, I did do that. But if I was running D&D in normal sense, I would never give...
Yeah, you're not gonna give a multi-stun.
Yeah. No, I'm never going to give a multi-stun to a creature. I'm never going to do that. I'm never going to step out of my way. My primary purpose is to make the game fun. Now, will I kill a player? Absolutely. If a player is that stupid that they get themselves fucking murked, that is on them. That is not on me, the DM. Fuck no.
No, it's on you when you can't see shit and they just die.
Now, to be fair, what happened last session... There were so many cascading problems that caused. Also, Leadhead, just so you know, I was planning, like, what was going to happen is that Golden rolled a history check. If he succeeded on the history check, he would have found out about the person that basically, like, stabbed the king, right? And he would have known about it coming, because that's their MO, right?
It's Golden.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just saying, Golden would have known about the ashes, like, back... he would have known about the ashes. He would have coming up. He would have known that this person would have been here, which is why he would have warned. You guys had no idea. But to be fair, there was also the hint about the factor that, oh, you guys are facing non-spellcasters. Interesting, you know? And this is clearly being done by some sort of witch or spellcaster, right? They're not on the field. Right, there was a lot of intrigue to lead at this, like, there's something that doesn't make any sense.
Most of us just assumed it was the fucking sorcerer.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this is a sorcerer.
No, there was
That was a classic game misdirect. That was a classic game misdirect. And I did really good misdirecting what was going to happen in the session. And I was very happy about misdirecting. It was very funny.
He just wasn't that happy about how the fight actually ended up, because,
I honestly think that...
I would be mad as a DM if someone else was just like, I'm gonna chain stun the entire fucking
I am going to remove your enemies. You're gonna kill them in one? No, they just can't do anything.
Also, I am changing... Okay, so here's the thing. Either that fucking spell has a cap on the amount of fucking people you can target... That's the first fucking thing if it's still staying in the game.
Then you don't need to up it to a 9th level.
Yeah.
And then you should be, because then it's not as unfair.
Yeah. And secondly, 10 minutes? Fuck you, no. Fuck you, no. I'm not...
The fail condition of, hey, by the way, 10 minutes stun.
Yeah. It's just like, oh, you're insane for the next 10 minutes. Have fun.
Okay, so here's the thing. Insane.
I do like how it's lower the veil, not open the veil.
Okay, so I want to make this abundantly clear so that everybody understands that it is fucking mental. Also, I want to also say this, like, right? That spell should not be called Lower the Veil. That should be Look into the Null, is what I think
Lifting
that's
the
going to
veil.
be. You fucking perceive the null, is what they think.
Well, you perceive
Oh,
his God's
you lower the
domain.
barrier of reality. Yeah. I like that.
I feel like lifting the veil is better.
Yeah, no, I like
You're
it.
lifting the veil of reality.
Per the symbols, it's probably good
So,
that you killed the
your
people, by
God,
the
the
way,
fucking
because they
null.
would never have been okay afterwards. I'm just saying.
Well,
Yeah, they would be like
mercy
Marcus.
killing.
So, like, honestly, I think that I understand. I'm glad that I have ran a game at this level. I want to make this abundantly clear. But I am going to go through every spell of 8th level and 7th level and higher. And I'm going to start to look at the individual spells. And I might remove Wall of Force, or I might change it in some way. Right? Where Dispel Magic works on it. Right?
What the fuck do I have a skull in my hand?
I
The
know that
homebrew that I have seen done a couple of games, and I've also done, is that the Wall of Force can take damage. It cannot
Oh, we
be
can have hit
destroyed
points.
by
Yeah,
damage.
that's good. I like that.
No,
yeah.
No, the change I've seen is it doesn't have hit points, but every time it takes damage, you need to take a concentration check to see if you can hold up concentration.
Oh.
Yes. No, you don't take the damage, but each time it takes damage, you are like, okay, you need to concentrate to actually
You need to make a
keep it
constant.
mended.
Oh, actually, I like that.
Straight
You know
up
what?
concentration.
Why don't we?
Some tables have done it so it takes half damage. Some has taken it takes full damage. That's like a table.
Yeah, like it has this HP which you have to beat.
I'm gonna say that Wall of Force does that now because I like that you have to make a con save every time. I like that a lot. That is a Byrog. That is fantastic. Other than that, I want to say this right now. The stuff I did with Luke is really cool, and I'm gonna do that every time now. Every single session.
Yeah, if only that guy had a better to hit chance.
Yeah, I know. If Luke...
Listen, he doesn't have a +1 sword, right? Like, well, it's only a +1 sword, right? It needs...
Isn't that only when he casts magic on it?
I am gonna be...
that's
I'm
what
gonna
I mean.
be
He needs a
guys.
+1 sword, right?
I'm gonna be straight with you guys. You guys should use some of the money you guys get to track down a seller of magical artifacts. Because, like, if you guys go over rare, you guys need to look for sellers for shit. Right.
Oh, I have items I need to buy with my gold to be able to cast some
What
other
you mean,
spells.
like an amulet of the devoured or anything like that?
I also need an amulet of the devoured.
That's right. Okay, hold on. Raven or Byrog, I want both of you guys to keep this in mind. The souls value of the half dragons, I believe they are they're common. They're common. They are for sure all. If you gather all of their
mutant one would be uncommon.
Every 5, I'm gonna say every 5 you gain, is gonna be common. So like if you take like you consume 5 of their souls, it equals common, and I will say that the big one.
Also,
is gonna
Len,
be
he's talking
uncommon.
about our little spirit flask, by the way.
Yeah. So like essentially, you guys open up these things and
we have the fucking witch, like the night hacks bag to catch souls, but we have a bottle for it, which we can use to trade for the rattler.
Yeah. So like it is a really good system. I really like it. So I'm gonna say that like the minimum, it will basically capture a bunch of souls into the thing, and it will consume all the souls necessary in order to basically prepare itself essentially to be sold essentially.
But
so like the minimum amount
we can't summon the rattler. We have to wait a week.
I'm gonna say if you consume
I got myself
all,
sneaky item, okay?
You can decide. Do you want? I will say this: if you decide to do all of their souls at once, you can get a rare item.
Yeah, red would be an amulet of the devout +2, so that would be pretty nice for me. But
otherwise,
I feel like
you will
it's better
have
that iron.
You will have essentially 4 uncommon items. Essentially, you'll have 4 uncommon items, which is your decision to make.
I still feel like getting a rare weapon for Luke would be a good idea.
I like
Luke
that
getting
idea.
A rare weapon is probably.
Yeah, and then
probably
spend some money.
Yeah. I mean, we did talk about having the funny what was it, Bloodthirst or something gun? Where you can use hit dice to damage.
The half dragon is uncommon, I think. I don't think it was that strong over. Like even for like an enemy, it was like uncommon is like what I'm sticking at. Yeah.
It had an 18
AC. Did a lot, but.
Yeah.
The breath attack did like 56
Also,
damage or something.
also, Leadhead, I'm gonna be honest with you. You not complaining at me for being like, hey, like you guys are being
He's a
enchanted.
DM, he understands it.
Yeah,
Huh?
like you
Complain
guys
about
didn't
what?
make a like. I know that like some people are gonna be like, hey, like we didn't make a saving throw, right? Like we didn't do a saving throw for the fog, right? But like the fog only clouded your vision and basically like it made you guys go in a certain direction. That's all it fucking did. There was nothing
I mean,
else.
it could also just easily be a non-saving throw.
I was 100% sure that was a hallucinatory terrain where it literally just like makes an illusion on the landscape. So it's like, oh yeah, no, I know that spell like metagaming wise that like
I mean,
there's no
as
save
far as
there. You just like
Also-
hit it either way.
Also, Also, counterspell is not what happened, but something very.
He also
cool.
didn't do
I was like,
counterspell.
did I get fucking counter? I was like, this is
No, I know, but like, there's something else really cool that happened, and I'm gonna like, I know that like you're probably gonna be like, counterspell, but I'm actually gonna not give you the answer because it's a cool fucking thing that happened, and I'm not gonna tell you what happened, but it was really sick. It was. And it was, yeah, no, it's very cool. It's, honestly, I can't wait for this character to come back. She's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I can't wait for Luke to no longer have medication and bite someone.
Sure, man.
with a little biting. Biting never hurt nobody.
I mean, as long as it's me he's biting, because then I'm immune. We're
I
not going with actual D&D rules on werewolf to vampire.
I think that I got to act a little bit villainous, and apparently me as French is apparently very evil, which is very funny. So
Well, yeah, it's in the French nature to be.
yeah,
French.
so like maybe I should make a French
Beckon, do you
villain?
remember what happened to the last people who dared to be French on this stream?
I don't remember, dude.
The pirate hunters who got fucking executed.
Oh my god, yeah, you're right. Oh my god. You come in my way. I think my French accent was pretty on point, but somebody could probably bitch and moan about it, so it's fine.
I gotta be honest,
That's
my
right.
brain went to, I think Tales from the Stinky Dragon when they did one where he was playing a chicken.
Fair enough. I honestly, I
It's Tales
enjoy
of Atlantis.
this session's roleplay is gonna go down in history as one of my favorites, because every single player gave as good as they got. I think Gizmo did
Every
great.
single player being like, should we kill him?
Yeah, shut the fuck.
It's like, just like, we're trying to
going
sleep!
to kill-
Silence, you fucking kobold! Fuck off!
It's just like me aiming a gun and like, Cole, do you know him? Also just like, well, there's a kobold around here,
This.
points a
Yeah,
gun
it just
directly
points
at the door.
Like, it's just like, you know, like...
It's like, here, if I pull the trigger, it's gonna die.
Also, I just want to say this: not only do the players have zero. Okay, so like, I want to let it be known: the players have no name to their characters. No, I mean this seriously. They have zero reputation.
We have no group name.
No reputation. They have none.
We are gonna
It
go
is
down
shocking
in the
to
no
me.
game, no life. We're gonna be down as blank.
Oh, we went to hell and killed Lilith and Asmodeus. That doesn't mean shit. That's like, oh. Who,
I mean, I can prove it.
who out of hell is gonna hear about that? Cultists? Oh yeah, cause they are gonna spread your reputation.
I mean, I can prove it. I have her head.
No, I know, but why the fuck would cultists spread your reputation if they killed your fucking warlock patron? Like, what the
Why would
fuck?
we care? Why would we care?
Okay,
Keep their
what
head
about?
low.
Maybe you done something good in the material plane. 6 cities are dead
Have we
because
done
of the
anything good in the
players.
material plane yet?
Okay, so to like specify what has happened in the campaign, I'm just gonna open up the stream so you guys can see. Like, okay, so I'm just gonna show you guys the main campaign map. Okay, so Athea is dead because of the players. The entire Malukai Empire, not the players' fault, but technically the players could have done something about it. It's not technically their fault, but it's sort of like a causality situation where the players could have done
like I
something
said,
about it versus
Isn't
not.
it better that we don't have a reputation to spread around?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you're.
If you
Everywhere
guys,
we go, ruin.
yeah, you guys have a very bad track record.
Yeah, but they don't know who to call us because we don't have a name, so just those group of people over there.
Like,
Therefore, no one will know.
like I feel like you guys have the shittest luck I have seen for a D&D. Like, every other D&D party is like, hey, we're all good. Like, Athea, I planned that, to be fair, and Vorax, that was his first fucking introduction, and
I
he
mean,
did
there's not much they can do when
marvelous.
they're like, oh yeah, someone's trying to nuke him, and he just says, no,
Yeah.
Uno reverse card.
Yeah, absolutely. And then it's like, oh, Athea? Oh, yeah, they destroyed as a causality of the players going there and being there. And it was also the city, and basically most of the Serpentine people, which had lived there for thousands of years, by the way, just died, perished. They did.
Womp. Womp.
Yeah, it's fucking horrible. What about the city of Kanik? The city of Kanik is probably in rubbles, as Vorax probably killed everybody there after what happened with Rexus. And like, summoning Rexus and Nilviron, which, by the way, is not...
do you remember the entirety of evacuating all of them?
Yeah. No, but the army is probably dead, and the entire city is probably in ruins.
That's too bad. They should have simply be better.
Should have
We told them to run. They have horse legs. They should have run faster.
Okay, and then we have the racism problem. Also, by the way, I do want to let you guys know...
I like how you move to a specific place when you go, the racism problem, as if you couldn't just zoom out and show the map.
Yeah, I know. But, like, okay, so, just to, like, the racism problem is not really your guys' fault. And then we have the entirety of what happened at Rhea, Grafton, which... You don't know this, but it's your fault in a way.
That's Julie's fault.
No, you misunderstand. The fact that you don't know yet is more frustrating than anything, but at the same time, it makes sense.
Isn't Grafton in the Werewolf Kingdom or the talking about?
No, Grafton is the city that was dead, and the cultist that killed everybody under the name of
that place, right.
So, I haven't said anything, and I'm not going to. I'm gonna let you think about what happened there, but I'm gonna just say that as a prior causality of something the party did, that shit happened.
Yeah, but you see, there's a big issue. That could be legitimately anything.
Anything, I know. Which is why I'm going to let you think about
They're
it.
not gonna
because
think about it.
You don't deserve to know, which is why I'm not going to give it to you either.
Brother, see, here's the thing. We don't care.
I know.
So we're not going to think about it. It's not our problem anymore. They're dead. We can't resurrect them all. We didn't want to anyway. I actively killed one of them.
They're dead. Womp womp.
They were a bunch of hippos, okay? I killed one. Mercy kill.
Yeah. Now, other than that, I think the session went really well. I think that, but like, there's a shit ton of shit that has happened, which has caused problems.
Yeah, which is why we don't want a reputation. If they can't blame it on a group name, they can't blame us, okay? See, it's smart.
Also, Mirilaniga is doing really well, right, as a city.
Mirdahanau?
Mirilaniga, the city of the Allens, where Byrog's
I didn't hear that line in the beginning, I just heard near the name.
Also, Byrog, you have like 4 places to live, by the way, I would imagine.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I assume that at least not that I directly owe him, but I can effectively say I like to caper this house. Like, this is mine for now, until I leave.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I can do the same. It's called I have a shotgun.
Also, let me just
yeah, but that's not legal.
Also, let me just quickly have
Talk about legal. They won't find me anyway.
Well, the problem with shotguns is that there's no way of regulating it right now. Like, if here's the thing is that, like, if we talked about, like, D&D and, like, the severities of, like, whether or not shotguns and guns should be legal.
No, that's not what he means, Beckett.
Okay.
I said I can also gain a house. It's called I have a shotgun. AKA, I'm gonna kick the door and say, this is my house now, get the fuck out of here.
And that's not exactly legal.
You know, just aiming a gun at someone and robbing their house.
But honestly, I think the session went really well, and I honestly don't have an opinion. The only thing that I think was bad was the combat, and that is, like, this might be my worst combat since Season 2? Or Season 1? season 1 or 2, the worst boss fight I've ever done is Molg's boss fight. And the reason why Molg had such a
Actually, I do enjoy how the entire, like, him and Luke's character doesn't know Molg's a dragon. You have seen him once as I summoned the cat screaming, "You wizard ass."
It's like, I don't know what
I
this
don't know what's
is.
going on in this party.
But nah,
Like,
man.
okay,
Fuck
this
are
guy
you
over here
people
said
doing?
he can't be resurrected. He hasn't breathed in the last 5 hours.
Like, I'm 80% sure he's dead, but I cannot
Luke-
tell for sure.
Okay, so
I
here's
have
the
no idea what he is. He's not breathing.
Yeah, here's the thing. None of you guys know that he's alive, and it is, or whether he's alive or not, but he isn't breathing. And to be fair...
I'm not.
But, yeah, I said you're not breathing. You're not
Oh,
breathing.
I would say you are. Like,
No,
one,
yeah. You could be... I wonder if you would ever, like, pretend breathe?
I do pretend if I'm in a crowd of people.
Yeah. I reckon that, like, if you, like... But I imagine
But it's
you would
usually
prob-
when, you know, we have to stay there for a while. Because
What is
I
your
am an elf
deception
and it's like
score?
Huh?
What is your deception score? Just, like, passive?
Oh god, let me find it.
Also, this has become a very interesting stream, by the way. I've enjoyed this so far. But yeah, no, but like I think that the most of the start of the stream is what most people are going to tune in to watch, which is literally me just explaining.
I think
what
it's like
happened during combat.
2 or something.
Yeah.
Like my deception is not high since I don't have charisma. I mean, I
Yeah.
have foot.
Yeah, 2 is fair. I mean, honestly.
But first of all, Beckon, they first have to find me.
Yeah, no, I know. Deception.
Deception.
Yeah.
Deception.
I think.
What the fuck? I have 2.
I think that a lot of the.
But they first have to beat a base. What would that be? 25 stealth check or perception check while they have disadvantage on it.
Yeah.
Because I have my hood up, meaning the cloak of Elvenkind is active.
You be.
Yeah. You gotta keep in mind, dude. Like, you gotta slow down for a second here. I'm just gonna be thinking to myself, like, is there anything else I need to think about?
Fucking great! I'm gonna cast Eldritch
Because I didn't know what
Blade.
to think about the flying part, by the way, led at all. Because I was sort of like, shit, what do I do now, right? Because it's like, I want to also say this led, like, I said this to Malthus earlier. If you guys chose to fly to Malta, that I would have let you guys do that.
We're flying to Greece. Let's go.
Yeah, but you guys decided to be like, but like I didn't hear any like if you guys had stopped me and be like, hey Eric, we're not going to Lycentrum. Wait, what? Oh no, we're going to Malta. Oh, okay, that's fine. I would probably have been a little butthurt.
None of us pay attention.
I would probably have been a little butthurt. I'm gonna be honest, but at the same time, I feel like I would also be like, you know, the players wanted to do that. So I did railroad you guys a little bit, but at any point, if you guys had stopped me and be like, no, Eric, we're gonna go to Malta instead. It'd be like, oh, that's fine then. Or Malta or Malta. Either of the cities would have been fine to go to. I would not have complained either way.
I grab Ibis's spear and I disappear.
All right. And, but no, other than that, like, you guys decided to go to Lycentrum, and I decided to just spare us the hours of you guys having to land on the island more north, because, like, you guys would have been in the fog when you guys landed on Sosei Island either way. So, there wouldn't have been... Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm not trying to be, like, a stickler for the rules, but I'm just saying that, like, it's fair, you know? I'm just saying... And the fog, I know somebody's going to be like, Becky, you got to let your players roll for shit like this. And that's fair, but like, I felt like you guys were already in the middle of the fog, and the fog was affecting you guys, and it wouldn't have mattered, because I would have had you ask you guys if you guys wanted to roll 100 rolls, or whether you guys just want to fail, right? Because, like, and like... Yeah,
roll 100 rolls, because then there's a chance for us to succeed.
I know, but...
theoretically.
Theoretically,
there's no chance of succeeding. Why roll?
I know, it's like...
That's why we didn't roll.
This is gonna be...
Exactly. It's if we had to roll, well, then we know it's possible to succeed.
And besides,
I give my
you
players
guys don't
false
even
hope.
know if this character has an ability that just lets you guys make you guys automatically fail on a saving throw either way. So it's like that could be a thing.
I fail a saving throw? No, I don't.
Well, I mean,
There are some effects yet again, just like lower the veil that are just
yeah, it's
doesn't
like,
matter.
or a creature could have a reaction feature that could just be like, oh, you automatically fail your saving throw against this feature.
So I use my automatic succeed.
Yeah, I know. You would be fair, but you would have to know you're under the effects, and you didn't know that you were under the effects until you rolled for it. But, like, not only that, but you guys were conscious, which was why I was being fair. Like, the Dryads were just straight up not conscious. The Dryads was, like, straight up not conscious, and what happened is that they looked around, they asked you what was happening, and then basically found out that they were being possessed and then told to walk somewhere. You know what I mean? That's what happened with the Dryads. Very interesting situation. And then basically, like, I was just waiting for you guys, and I was letting you guys roleplay and do stuff. And honestly, I think that a lot of the roleplay this session was on point and funny, and I think most of you guys liked it.
Then we have Cole, who's just like, hey, can I get a railroad?
Huh?
Mr. DM, can I get a railroad?
Can I get a what?
Wait, railroad. That's.
I'm doing the uwu voice for Cole.
Yeah, I mean, Golden definitively wants more railroading.
Because he doesn't want to think. He just wants to, okay, you do this now, and now you do this. Oh, you punch this guy here. You can stop playing now. You can fuck off.
I think Gizmo tracking you guys down also made sense.
I have a very quick question. How the fuck did he track us down?
Very easy. He heard about you guys entering the city, the criminal organizations. He basically works with one of the criminal organizations, and he basically found out from them. You guys weren't exactly stealthy when going around the city.
Well, that's not exactly our fault now, is it, Becken, who made the king be an ass?
Well,
you can't blame us for your own decisions.
It's called plot, motherfucker.
Yeah, but he can't blame us for his own decisions.
Yeah,
no, I'm not
just
blaming.
Shoved them all in the sack and moved.
I didn't blame you guys.
You know what? Next time Becken tries to pull that, I'm just shooting the people who become asses.
I didn't blame. Motherfucker, I didn't blame you guys. So come on, like Jesus Christ.
You said you guys weren't exactly stealthy.
I mean, you guys did decide to go through the main gate. To be fair, it's like you know.
It was meant to be a choice. You just said you're on a carriage. You're going through the main gate.
No.
Left the carriage?
No. I never said you guys were in the carriage. I told you guys are not traveling in a carriage, but you guys are in front of the main gate. You guys are traveling with an entourage of people, but you're moving on foot. That's what I explained before you guys went there. I said that you guys are standing in a line of caravans, not that you were in one.
Right.
Could have theoretically.
That would have definitely just fucked off.
Yeah, I know you would have. I know that you would not have cared to go to the city at all.
Especially because, they have enemy. There's someone on the wall. Fucking go invisible. Just walk over.
I explained it really well.
Yeah, that is just me missing the part of it not being in a carriage.
Yeah, that's why Misty.
It might be because the people who said it was the fucking Owlin, and I couldn't understand half the shit they said.
Also, the Dragonborn being pissed at the cocks, that's just funny, man. Like, not only that, but it also makes sense that the king would just be too Also, you gotta keep in mind, he's a boy king, right? He acted completely in character.
Yeah, he has a tail. He's a little Dragonborn.
Now he has a tail, yeah.
And he has a tail. They don't know that when he showed up. We can bully him for all now. Just keep casting
my
regeneration
on him. That's a joke, by the way. It's like,
come, my child soldiers.
It's like, yeah, no. The king is a really good guy. He has like he's better than his dad. Not as a king, mind you. He's a worser king than his dad, but he's a better person. He's a good person, but he's not a good king.
We grab two Revivify and we resurrect Alexander.
How long has he been dead?
Okay, could be okay, talk to Nexo.
Less than a year.
Talk to Nexo. You guys message Nexo and you guys try to convince him to go back.
We don't want him in the campaign. We just, he's now king. The fuck.
Yeah, I'll kill Aiden, anyway.
Okay, can I get a Vorpal Blade for that?
I will kill Aiden, not you, dumbass.
Okay, so if I shoot Aiden and kill him, I still get a Vorpal Blade? Good to know. So if he's ever down and we have to mercy kill him, I kill him, and then I get a Vorpal Blade.
I mean, I'm not opposed to the idea of you Vorpal blading him, honestly. It would be pretty sick, yeah.
I kill him and I also there's a Vorpal Blade. Not I get a fucking Moon Blade, which the Vorpal Blade enchanted. Because no one else except me can use that.
You know what? You know what's really funny? Most of the races, like the only people. Okay, so here's the thing: the orcs and goblins, so Balaram and Misties as well as Golda should hate the dwarf of the party, right?
Well,
because dwarves
Golda
are the
not so
natural
much.
enemy of orcs, and that's just the way it is.
Yeah, Golda not so much since she grew up with them.
I know. But like, if we go basically like we are, and then we have the story of Rurik and Malthus.
Yeah, but Rurik should also be trying to rip my fucking head off, and I should put a bullet in his ass.
Yeah,
well, a spell in his ass.
Rurik and Malthus, both of you guys should for sure try to fucking kill each other. You're not.
He can certainly try to kill me, and I will remove him in 2 turns.
And then we have,
you have to deal with me too.
and Byrog, which.
No, it's a 1v1. It's me against him.
You guys don't hate anybody, I think. I don't think your race... I think your race is the most chillest race out of everybody.
I mean, also remember that Rurik is constantly high, so he is also just chill right now.
Yeah, Rurik is always high and chill. I mean, if you were to Great Restoration him, it would be removed, essentially. Anyway,
yeah, but that's also creating a new... Well, that's true Resurrection, right?
I don't know.
Or does Resurrection always just create a new body? Fuck me.
Yeah.
Resurrection creates a new body as long as I have a piece of you. That's why I want a finger from every single one of the party members.
But none of them wanted to give it, so...
Yeah, no one wants to give me a fucking finger!
Oh, yeah, also, by the way, the Half-Dragon Mutant, that is what we're going to call the new Half-Dragon from the 2024. It's a Half-Dragon Mutant. It's not an actual Half-Dragon. Anyway, the Half-Dragon Mutant is, in the game, it has a weakness now. And the weakness is its spine. If you hit it with a certain blade of a certain concentration, aka, in this situation, a silver sword, it's able to
so if I have a
do
silver
double damage
bullet,
if you hit them against the spine. So essentially, the way that it... Okay, so everybody knows how this mechanic worked in the game. Acrobatics... Okay, so I said this at 1 hour 20. Okay, so essentially, acrobatics checks are... Essentially, what Luke had to do is that... I really like this mechanic, by the way. It was really fun. Is that Luke literally... sorry, Balaram had to use acrobatics checks with all of his attack rolls to basically deal double damage because of that. So, like, if he basically...
He did exactly none of them.
Yeah, he did none of them, but it was the idea of the acrobatics checks that basically mattered. Also, I am going to be making an entirely new crafting system for potions.
Fair.
Because,
also, I do enjoy you selling us 2 health potions for 20 gold when they are worth 50.
They were on a bargain. Black Friday.
Okay, yeah, Black Friday. They are all mimics.
I'm joking. I'm fucking trolling. It's no. They were
I
it's
assume
White
the money
Friday.
system in this world is a little different than normal 5th edition.
Bro, this ain't just different. This just don't work.
Also,
no, it's fine, don't worry about it.
But yeah, no, I should be developing my own potion making system, and honestly, I'm just gonna make. Fuck it, I'm gonna just look through the monster manual. I might even use AI. I know it's gonna be fucking. I know somebody's gonna point out like, oh, it's not that good to use AI, but like, I might use AI to like look up ideas for like things, because I think that is gonna be like, I don't use AI for writing my scripts unless it's grammarifying stuff. Otherwise, I write my scripts on my own. And
yeah, and looking at the skill tree, we can see that the AI is ever so good at writing.
Yeah, I've used AI a little bit here and there for the skill tree, because honestly, like, whenever I work on an ability, I struggle sometimes, so I use AI to basically help me figure out stuff. But I try to be creative on my own. I try desperately to be creative on my own.
It doesn't work.
Huh?
I'm just being an ass.
Oh, okay.
Rage
But it's
bait,
really
so-
hard, and I know that you,
I'm very good
like,
at it,
people
and
are
it
gonna be,
works.
I know that people are gonna be like, yeah, but like you could always look up everything online. First of all, that is cool and all, and I like having everything be so easily accessible on the internet, and that there are several different systems that already works that is better than the system that I have. But first of all, there's no skill tree in D&D. There's no module, there's no system that goes outside of 5e that has a skill tree. There's just that not exists, right? And I had to develop my own thing, and I had to develop over 300 300 abilities in the skill tree. And that took, and I wrote most of them, and I talked to a lot of people about what these features was and what they did. And while I am
I
very...
was one of them.
Huh?
I was one of them.
Yeah, and it was very hard to develop things, and the creative stuff that I came into was very fun, but AI, and like, I try not to use AI for everything, but I use it for some things. I'm not going to pretend to be a child that doesn't, like, I made a booby. No, obviously, like, AI is not a good thing right now, and it's a talking point about the shit. And everybody is like talking shit about it, but like it's very complicated.
RAM.
Huh?
They're buying all the fucking RAM.
Yeah, no, man, I know it's pretty bad. The RAM situation is going fucking horribly, dude.
I saw a video.
Right.
I'm like, oh, this is a joke, and I'm like, well, it's not. What the fuck?
Oh, yeah, it's fucking everything that requires any amount of fucking RAM and CPU processing power is getting fucking
Because AI is
expensive, and they're sucking out every energy near a data center, and they're just being like everything nearby. All the power has to go here.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't think that AI is gonna go anywhere now. I think that other than
I hope it's gonna go straight into the ground.
No, it's gonna continue.
Yeah.
And the problem is the bubble right now, just like back in the day with the fucking URL bubble back in the early days of the internet. The same thing is going to happen, where people are overestimating the value of AIs and what it can be used for.
Don't
it's
get me
going
wrong,
to crash,
AI is a fantastic
but it's still gonna
tool,
be here,
right? I hope that
Yeah.
AI stays as a writing tool, because I think that is going to be good, and I hope we get a UA, a UT, a universal translator. That is something AI can make. That is going to be so fucking useful. A UT. Huh?
I don't think it actually can.
Yeah, no.
Because, well, at least, like, language at the current age we're in is so unstable because of slang, the internet, and all this sort of stuff. Give it one generation, and language is gonna kinda collapse in on itself, I feel like.
Hell, at this point, it's each 2 years you have to make a new one because this slang is out, this slang is in.
Yeah, it can do like rough translations, but it's not gonna be great at it. We saw that with Duolingo, where they changed a lot of their goddamn things into AI, and it fucking shat itself.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
haven't recovered.
No, I know, but like
It's also because
AI.
they fire like half of their people. Like, yeah, we're gonna
Yeah.
use AI now.
Exactly.
Like, don't get me wrong. I think that AI is a wonderful writing tool. I do think it's a
I know.
wonderful writing tool. I think that it should stay as a writing tool. And turns out that is what takes up least processing power, is using it as a way to do writing stuff. It's apparently not as demanding as making images, which is highly demanding, by the way.
Oh, I know, making an image is fucking costs
Beckham,
so
why did you
much.
make an image of a dragonborn?
With a
Huh?
stone shield, a shield made out of bricks.
Yeah, why did you make brick shields?
I wanted to make sure that people knew that they were AI, and that's
100%. Like,
that's
But
the.
why did you use the AI for that? Why didn't you just
Why didn't you hand draw it perfectly, spending 37 hours making them
Okay.
all individually
All right,
unique?
I'm
Why
gonna
did
say
you
something
go
that is gonna
down to
be
the
very
local
rude,
carbon
but
type
I
and cobalt minis?
believe this. I talked to an artist about this a while ago, but I'm gonna say this. I think that artists overcharge the amount of money that they fucking use to make fucking images. I'm sorry, but it's true. I'm sorry. If you ask me for $300 for a fucking image that you made, oh, don't get me wrong. I understand that if you make something for over 20 hours, which I have done, my world map is something I spent 30 hours on. I get it. You have put your heart and soul into something, and you want that to succeed. I get it. I understand that you are providing a service, but like, if you ask me for $300, then I have a couple of things that I need you to fucking get right. And that
A
is
rope,
just...
a chair, and a bucket of ice cream.
Alright. But like, $300 is always going to be too much for me. I know that people are going to be like, the tax write-off stuff. I know. I don't care. That's not important. But, no. But here's where I say, I believe that AI... I believe that AI, like, I believe that, like, when AI came around, I think that a lot of people decided to be like, I'm going to sell my stuff for, like, a lot more cheaper. And stuff like that. I wish that artists, because a lot of artists sort of held the entire, like, art community above everything. And, like, don't get me wrong, I don't think artists are bad. I think a lot of them are great. Many of them sell stuff for under $50, which is fantastic, right? And I don't know how to value an image, right? I don't even know what an image... I don't know what my own art is worth. Just personally, I don't know what my art is worth, right? I don't know what my map is worth, right? 30 hours is a lot of time, but like, what do we count that? Okay, do we talk about a basic job? How much is the lower paid? How much do you want to get paid per hour, right? Like, what is the value of a world map, right? What should we even put that as, right? Oh, yeah, but like, how many hours do you put in? 30? Okay, great. How much of that was naming stuff? About 5? Yeah, naming stuff is fucking complicated, by the way, guys. It's fucking... Jesus. I understand why George R.R. Martin has a fucking nightmare fuel whenever he names something. Anyway,
I roll a couple of dice to figure out what the hell I name things, or I randomly rip off something else. I don't know.
I usually go dinosaur names.
I mean, most of the time when I develop
That's
stuff
not even a joke. In the campaign I was creating the map, like, most of it was like, okay, I'm grabbing a dinosaur from Ark Survival Evolved and changing the name slightly.
Yeah, but here's...
So you have
Wizard
Baryon.
capital in my world is called Sagemont. It's not exactly...
Now, I am gonna be...
I had the Baryon Hills.
I'm gonna be straight with you guys. My map is one
That's
of the
new.
best maps that has ever been made, according to some people. Not myself. I think that I need to hold myself by massive scrutiny when it comes to map making.
So,
And
who are the people we need to send to the insane asylum?
thank you. There is
Or were they hoping for a better magic item?
no, there's nobody in the party.
Good.
Just I mean, Bird thinks it was really visually impressive, but I don't know if she...
Yeah, but not the best in the world.
No, somebody said that to me. But,
Yeah, exactly.
I
They need to go to
personally
an
think that the
mental
Witcher
hospital.
map is one of the best maps in the world. I think Tolkien's map is really striking. I think that the Witcher map is ultimately the best one. There's a couple more that like is striking out to me, right? As like fantasy maps. I'm gonna try to see if my main world map is gonna be the main one. Yeah, I'm gonna try to see my main world map is gonna be the one, you know? What's gonna be a thing? Other than that, like, nah. Just nah.
That was a quick question, but I'm assuming the guy who I pulled his shotgun on actually figured out what a shotgun was.
No, he didn't. He just saw that you basically pointed something after him. He thought it was
I'm pointing a rod at him. What the fuck is that supposed to
He
do?
thought it was a wand.
This is the world of magic where people can just shoot lightning out of a stick if they really want to sometimes. Like, I don't. If you point something at me with a threatening aura, I'll fall for it.
If I'm just like, he's coming out screaming at command, I just open the door, point something straight at him, just like, yeah, see ya.
It's just like, and he was very disrespectful too. He just said, be quiet. Can you guys please fucking take this somewhere else? Like, fucking hell.
Yeah, as he pulled a sword,
Yeah.
He was stories up. He wasn't exactly.
Dude, like, I'm sorry, somebody decided to be fucking, like, loud at 5 a.m. or something in the fucking
someone
morning.
decided to be loud, Beckham.
Huh?
So, someone has decided to be loud. Yeah, someone did, Beckham.
Yeah, the Cobalt back.
Okay.
Someone was really loud.
Alright, you know what? Fuck all of you guys, okay? Like, Jesus Christ. I'm not giving you guys shit! That's not what I'm doing here!
No, we were giving you shit because it's funny. And it's true. It's like... technically correct. aka the best kind of correct.
Okay, anyway.
We're just stating facts. We're just saying what happened.
In the... No, I'm liking
we're just stating the truth.
I'm liking a lot of the session... Oh, I see. I'm liking a lot of the sessions right now, and I think that I think this is good, personally. But I also I don't know. It feels really bad. Like I feel like the AI stuff is like great sometimes to talk about, but I don't necessarily think that it is fantastic. Like honestly, it freaks me out.
I don't really care as long as it's personal use, and this is.
Yeah, when it's something much different when it's a company doing it.
Yeah, and like as a DM, finding art is a fucking nightmare for anything. So I'm like, yeah, fuck it, I'm not gonna blame you.
Yeah,
unless you have an artist next to you that you can throw money.
I mean, he does. The artist actively joined.
Also, I had an artist fucking just criticize the fuck out of me. Because I basically sat down and I explained to an artist that, like, oh, so you expect me to garf up thousands upon thousands of dollars, hundreds upon hundreds of thousands of dollars to an artist so that I can make fucking images as a part of every single part of my D&D campaign? And they said no, but they said, so what do you exactly want me to do? I can't go outside of AI right now. I don't have the capabilities of doing that. The moment that an alternative source, which is free or has a cheap subscription service comes around, I will happily do that. They pointed at Midjourney to me.
I know the option. It's called MS Paint.
Yeah, sorry, they showed me Hero Forge. They showed me Hero Forge.
He never said it had to be good. He just said it had to be free or cheap.
Yeah, Hero Forge is, and then they pointed at Hero Forge.
MS Paint.
Yeah, then they pointed at Hero Forge to me, and then I said to them, okay, this is a valid thing, but not for everything in D&D. What do you mean not for everything in D&D?
Monsters.
So, in D&D, there is over 150 races and species that are basically...
I mean, to be fair, they are updating it.
Well, yeah, but it's still not enough that I'm going to be like, yeah, I need myself a Yugoloth.
Oh, no,
and they look at you and you go, how the fuck do I make a Yugoloth in this?
Let's like they talk about the Chain
What
Devil,
the fuck is a Yugoloth?
or the Spiked Devil, or the Tarrasque, or the... Also, monsters...
I remember the Yugoloth somewhere, but what the fuck is it?
I'm pretty sure it's a sap tree.
Also...
Or is it a subtype of, like, a fiend?
Also, monsters in D&D... What the fuck?
No, a Yugoloth is the demon, isn't it? It's the white thing, the white condom bear.
No, a Yugoloth is a subtype of fiend.
Also, guys, what about the Tarrasque? What am I supposed to do about that? Dragons?
It's just Godzilla. Yeah, you can.
It's not an alternative.
You can go into Godzilla and grab Guts, or you can go into the Tarrasque and grab the Tarrasque from the Monster Manual.
Yeah, you can always take the art, especially
Because it
5e
has
to
official
just all
art.
of the tokens. But it doesn't really work when you have your own stuff.
No, it doesn't
right?
work with shit where you don't have original
Look,
art of, or just art of it.
the good thing is that with them on Helvey is gonna be easy to make because there is a way of making them in D&D, which is gonna be very easy.
What the hell is the Helvey?
The Monhelvy is the very, very, very bad. You've never interacted with them before. You don't even know they exist, Malthus. So I don't know why.
Yeah, brother, I'm not asking as my character, I'm asking at me.
Well, that's too bad.
The Monhelvy is a species that are so mysterious and so scary as a race that nobody ever steps into their territories. And the only thing that is known is that they are a tribalistic society that basically run based around they're individual tribes which runs essentially thing. They don't sound like they are like sort of a government, but they sound like they're sort of like orcish in their nature, that they follow the strongest, and their women are typically the stronger member of society in comparison to the men. But the men
Okay, so
have
hyenas.
a tougher build, aka they are so like the female have like 2 in strength and the male have 2 in con, right? And if you are a male or a female, that takes out your stats quite severely, right? And I know that somebody's gonna probably be like, isn't that like severely sexist? No, it's evolution. Literally, they are. It's literally like a thing. But the female have 4 arms, they do, and the male has 6 arms. Also, in case you're wondering about, there's also known by Rog's people, and not only that, but the League of Beastmen at a whole, that they have 2 penises and the female have 2 vaginas.
Like, I know I've heard them, I just don't remember what they are. As an I heard, not my
Wild
character.
evolutionary trait.
I mean, not really. Well,
no. 2 penises. That's like surprisingly not too uncommon. 2 vaginas.
Reptile.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Reptile. Hey.
I know. But Byrog, you would know this because your people have studied them on Helvey quite profusely. They're just, the people of Malka are scientists. They are all.
You've been trying to gain another penis.
No. We're trying to lose that first penis.
Hey, bro, just want to be none.
Your people are surprisingly not. It reminds me very much of chimpanzees, which is weird to me.
Excuse me, what? You calling him an ape now?
No,
calling me a backward savage.
Like honestly, because if you look at the way that the furbolgs look like, they remind me a lot of gorillas and stuff like that. I don't know if that even makes sense.
I think this man is racist.
A lot of people call them weird cow people more than anything.
Yeah. Honestly, I might change your nose to that of a cow or something. Like, unironically, just because...
Yeah, they do have, like, a distinctly red already nose, so it's not a big step to make it, like, cow.
I know. Also, I can't...
So, now we just need a bell to hang around his neck.
Yeah, that's racist.
So you just
but
see
yeah, no, the firebolgs are...
I mean, your armor only does that.
Also, the firebolgs are one of the nicest races in the league by far, and they are really cool. They are, essentially. They used to be the best friends with the centaurs back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Until things happened.
Until the League of Beastmen decided to be like, you guys, you're no longer in the league, fuck you, and then kicked out the centaurs.
Yeah.
That was 150 years ago. The centaurs were so strong back then, by the way. That's
when I was born.
Yeah. Yeah.
Young bastard.
The centaurs literally were so fucking
I forgot, I'm surrounded by children.
They were so good, they were back in the day, that they basically had one of the strongest militaries in the entire world. Now they're only down to like 100,000 people or 200,000 people. And that's all they have left. And now the League is trying to essentially move in on their territory again. And the dwarves...
Oryx definitely also added a few, the 100,000 there to population control.
Yeah.
Just like you have to do with any good Skaven.
Yeah. Like,
There's
I'm
no
just
way.
gonna put it this
There's
way.
no way to
The
populate control Skaven.
The biggest
Well, there
threat
is
in the
not very
overworld
well.
are the drow, and there hasn't been that many retaliations from the underground yet. Which you guys have been very lucky that there hasn't been like the only time that the players have been attacked by like underground dwellers, it's been Skaven essentially, or Ratkin as they're called in my campaign. Which is,
Wild.
huh?
We met a werewolf rat.
It's fucking wild that you just have Skaven here.
They are the most barbaric, disgusting have you watched Goblins?
They are the best assassins you'll ever meet. Because they have to be, otherwise
I know what Skavens are.
I'm well aware.
I am deep within Warhammer lore.
I am well aware of that, my
do you
friend.
know what they do to women and men of every single nation?
Well, they either use them for food, entertainment, or experiments.
So,
Or a little bit of both.
So they are not that. They are not as smart as in my campaign. They're scavengers.
Bro, that ain't them being smart.
They're scavengers in my campaign, which they're in Warhammer, I know. But in my campaign, they aren't. They are. So in this campaign, they are rapists, and they don't give a flying fuck what you are, what your age are, what you stand for, whoever you are, male or female. They will use you and they will breed you. And they don't care if you're male or female.
Markiplier going, I can milk you.
Yeah.
I like it.
They don't care. They are honestly. If I was captured by one of them, I think. Okay, they are the second worst race to be captured by far, because they will make sure you survive, no matter what.
Like I said, it's time to activate the
but they are not the worst.
Tactics. Shoot.
They are pretty mild in comparison to the Hatarun ritualists. They are drow, and they are bad.
Eldari, if you want to call them that.
They are so bad that nobody dares fuck with them. Like, the only people that are willing to wage war on them are the dwarves, and that is because the dwarves don't give a flying fuck anymore.
It's because they have guns.
Yeah,
fucking
that's
elves. An Elgi scheme as always.
Elves don't have the gun. Except me, because I
Kill
am...
'em.
Now,
For the Caracassan core.
Karazankor! Yeah.
Slayer Keep.
Yeah.
There's some sort of reference here I don't understand. Help me, guys.
I'm not gonna lie. If I chose to be a Seal Barbarian, I was going to make a Slayer, like a Dwarven Slayer.
Yeah. Dude, I'm gonna straight up say it. I think that today, I think that the session was really fun. I think that I think that the world building in my world is actually pretty strong. I just don't think that the writing is a little lax. I've done a lot of bad exposition, and I hate that shit. I hate that shit, man. It's like...
And simply become better.
Yeah,
it's hard to do proper exposition.
I'm well aware, my friend.
Yeah, exposition is hard. It is. Because, typically... Okay, so there's 3 ways to do it. One of the common ways that everybody does this is that you basically have, a guy that doesn't know what is going on, and he asks a question, hey, what happened to Jimmy, right? It's that is, a way... You can either have it so that, the guy is, hyper-sarcastic towards his friend, and or maybe he's using, or the third way is to oh, Billy did that, did he? Oh,
Billy
of course he did.
Oh no.
Huh?
Oh no, Billy didn't make it.
Oh, Billy didn't make it. Oh, Billy was always a little bitch anyway. You remember that time that I fucking saw him fucking his mother? Oh, yeah.
What the fuck?
Fucking Family Guy cutaway gang.
You remember that guy? Yeah, we don't have enough money to actually pay for the cutaway, so
yeah, I wish.
Just a man.
it just doesn't go anywhere.
And then the third way of doing it is by basically using it. The best way to do. These are the best ways to do it. Is by basically having you compare yourself to somebody else. So basically, what happens is that you talk to a person, and basically they're sort of but like, how the fuck am I supposed to measure up to like somebody like him? And then explain what that character's
that's how
about.
I'm gonna measure up. I'm gonna remove their kneecaps.
Yeah, it's like, how the fuck am I supposed to be like anything like my father? My father is so strong, so tough.
Yeah, but my father's
when
also
he
a mass
was
murderer.
5 years old, he bashed the skull in of like a rancor. It was fucking epic as shit, dude. And, like, he slashed the throat of a demon, and he killed, like, and basically do that, and you compare yourself characteristically. This is a really good way of doing it. Exposition, that is the best way of doing it. I love doing exposition this way, but it's sometimes I fall into the bad exposition, and I know it's improv. I know it's improv, and I know I'm doing improv, and I know improv is not hard. Because it's not hard to think about what to say. The problem is what you say is the problem, because sometimes you don't think about the exposition that you develop, and you can do really bad exposition. Because, and it is horrible.
Sometimes you can have two NPCs talking to each other, and you're like, damn, how the fuck do I involve the players in this conversation?
Yes!
You mean like back in the...
And you're like, fuck, how do I... If they don't...
So you mean like back in with the king and the chicken, or back in with...
No, that's
where
a
none of
small
the
bad
players
thing.
care,
Like,
but-
I've had sessions where...
do you have
2.5 hours
KFC?
respectively spent
It's like,
between,
and then
fucking
basically
two
just
NPCs
like, oh yeah,
talking.
they have, it's called Krafen fried chicken, and I heard Gala is a fucking, yeah, that was one of my favorite moments in the campaign.
And that was also because players that I hope they have KFC.
Yeah. I mean, you guys
I sure hope they have KFC.
honestly, if you guys want to try some Krafen fried chicken, there is some in Lysantrum.
Brother, I don't eat.
I know.
Not with that attitude. You don't need to eat. There's a difference.
I do enjoy, like, he throws a piece of bread at me, I just grab it and put it in the bag of the whole thing. Not even I don't look at him, I just grab back.
Does it go moldy in there, or...?
I don't worry about it.
Do I want to order...
That's just extra spice.
Do I want to order out? This is my last chance to order out.
Brother, it is 8 o'clock.
Yeah, that's...
Yes, do it.
I thought it would be a lot later.
Fuck it, I'm sending over some money and then I'm ordering.
Yay, bad financial decisions. Woo!
No, that's
Honestly,
Warhammer.
man, I'm allowed to make some bad financial decisions every now and then.
Yes.
Also, I might get more money, so that's good.
No, bad financial decisions is what that one guy, who I don't remember the name of, did. Buying a... What kind of... Was it a Dreadnought, or was it a...
Oh, no, yeah, no, that was a knight, a Warhammer knight. Valiant,
That's one of the
I think,
knight ones.
specifically.
See, that is a bad financial decision.
This, like, approximately, what, at 2/3 of a torso in size?
Yeah. A child.
A
A
child,
baby.
about a child size.
Yeah, it's my baby. It's probably actually less expensive than a baby, so, you know, good financial
Well,
decision.
long term, yes. God, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just ordering food out.
God, that's actually like one of the main reasons why I like redacted the history within my world is literally because I don't want to bother with this sort of exposition.
I mean, I love...
History, as far as people are aware, just doesn't really exist, and that's one of the main plot points.
I mean,
is to go
I
find
think that world building is hard. It is. It is difficult to write. It is difficult to do. It is difficult to put together, because when you can, there's a lot of people that struggle with world building, like, just genuinely. And I don't blame that. I don't blame that at all. I think that world building is hard already to write. I think that if you are somebody that even tries to become a DM, you're already a hero. You are doing really good. I'm just gonna say it out loud. I think that D&D is a art form in its own right. I think that if you're a DM, you are a you know, I love that my friend is so pissed about the fact that we use art form as a way of describing D&D, but D&D is an art form. It is. It is
it's role play. It's a...
No, you misunderstand. Art is they believe that art should only be paintings because we have separate
So
categories.
music isn't art.
No, that's exactly what it said. There should only be paintings because that's the first definition of what art was. And then I asked them that, what is art? Like, what was the first thing that was art. And then I said that, oh, probably paintings. And I was like, wait, hold on. I don't think it is. I think that the first piece of art that ever happened was humming to a tune, or making a tune by basically like whistling or something like that. I believe music came before the drawing. I do. I fundamentally believe that.
Well, probably, maybe sculptures might have arrived before painting as well.
Very much.
Like
It's
putting
a lot
some
easier.
things together to make some sort of...
Drawing in the sand.
That's true. But like... We came from fucking apes in the middle of goddamn who fucking knows where.
All I'm
Africa.
gonna
And I'm
say-
imagining us as apes probably made something just like chimpanzees
Hold
currently
on.
are
One of my
making
favorite sentences in a movie ever made is all words are made up. And
I mean, yeah, they are.
they are
Yeah.
all fucking
None of it
made
is real.
up.
That's
And
why
when
I find it very funny when it's the people who say like, "Oh, they just made up that word." Like, yeah,
Yeah, all of it.
you
All of it.
know what a word is.
I said,
None of this is real.
and Ryan, my friend Ryan, in case somebody doesn't know, he basically got into an argument about like, is this that made up? That's a wrong term. It's like, what do you mean? And then he said that made up means that it's like, oh, we made it up, you know, like how you say shalalabulia, because that is what made up means. It doesn't mean that words are made up. It's just that, yeah, but like literally it's made up. All words are made up, and we got into an argument about that, and it was an argument about semantics when I was saying it literally, right? All words were created is what I mean when I say that sentence. Not
They're all
that they were
man-made.
made up.
It's not like we're in the Pokemon universe where you have the issue of, does this thing just yell its name at you?
Yes.
And since they don't always use their full name, do you just sit and listen to like, okay, does it make any other sounds?
We all in Pokemon. They're named after the thing they say.
Yeah, but remember,
Also,
Pikachu doesn't say
I'm
Pikachu,
gonna
just
I'm gonna say
Pika.
this to you. I want both.
Yeah,
of, I want the rest of you players to come up with a fucking name for your party. I'm sorry. It's like
The Obsidian Guardians.
The what?
Obsidian Guardians.
Now let's call ourselves the Midnight Crew.
the midnight.
The Midnight Parade.
Now we can do that too. That's a better reference.
the Black Parade.
No, do you know what the Midnight Parade is?
I don't know.
The Four-Armed Emperor? It's 40k.
You call it the
Why
Black
is it
Parade.
that I am friends with somebody that is this 40k pilled? Like, goddamn, guys.
I generally might be more than him.
No,
I
not
know,
generally. You
I-
are. Most
Well-
of my knowledge comes from this fucker.
Yes, but I like world building. All right, that's why I'm here.
I mean, honestly,
I know
think,
so many universes that I'm not really a part of.
I think that the world building in my world is pretty good. So like,
Remember,
I think,
all of us are a part of
I'm gonna be
40K.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys, explaining essentially what the. Also, by the way, whenever you guys enter cities, that is never gonna happen typically. But like, unless you know the city that you enter, right? And
What's not gonna
Byrog,
happen?
you know Lakara. You need to go through here to get to where you were, right? Originally, when you left Malka, right? It's what it is.
So yeah, we're calling ourselves the Midnight Parade.
Midnight Parade. Okay, I think
Do
that
you know what it is?
I think that you guys should force the rest of the players into a room without me present, and then force a name.
No, Becken, do you know what the Midnight Parade is?
No, I don't.
Gene Stealer Cult.
I still don't know. I know what the Gene
It's
Stealer
Tyrannid.
cult. I know what the Gene Stealer cult is, but I don't know what it's. I don't know what the Midnight Parade is about. You're gonna have to.
Yeah,
It's
like what?
technically
Are you sure? Hold on.
It's not called the Midnight. I mean, I might just be getting because I know that's the song that fucking Endless Tavern made from the Gene Stealer Cult. That might just be where I'm getting it from. But he usually does
And this
grab
is
it from
why we
somewhere?
don't talk about D&D like all the time. But yeah, no, guys, like it's been 2
Yeah,
hours.
we get sidetracked. We are mildly autistic.
It's been 2 hours, and this is where I'm gonna end the stream. But like honestly, guys, like just like seriously, like D&D is like all that, and I'm glad that you guys know what happened now. And like the start of the video is literally like what happened on the silver on the road. So if
the last like few seconds of it, you can just see like it jumps.
Yeah. How far does it jump in the last few seconds?
I don't know, because it just like it doesn't change series. So I think we're just like talking something, but you can just see like it goes from like a cut and then cuts back into a new place. I don't know where to go from it.
Yeah, all good. I'm gonna be honest. We're gonna cancel. We're gonna shut down the session right now. And but like honestly, man, like you guys have a lovely night. If anybody has any questions, just leave them in the comments, and I'll answer them as long as I can. Anyway, you guys have a lovely night.